Hey, have you ever felt like your mind just won't stop? You replay conversations, you question yourself, you listen to another podcast, read another book, watch another YouTube video. You're trying to find the answer, hoping someone will finally say the one thing that makes everything clear. But instead of feeling more certain, you end up feeling even more confused. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something. I don't think you've lost your intuition. I don't think you've lost your inner wisdom. I think there's simply been so much noise for so long, it's been difficult to hear your own voice. And today, I'd like to start helping you begin changing that. So, first of all, let's talk about what I mean when I say noise. When I talk about the noise, I'm not just talking about other people's opinions. Sometimes it is, but more often, it's a conversation that's happening inside your own head. It's fear, it's guilt, it's overthinking. It's the pressure to be kind, to be understanding, to keep trying. It's the hope that maybe this time things will finally be different. It's the voice that whispers, maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm being selfish. Maybe I just need to heal a little more. Maybe this is my lesson. The difficult part is the noise doesn't introduce itself as noise. It sounds logical. It sounds responsible. Sometimes it even disguises itself as wisdom. This is why it's so easy to believe every thought that passes through your mind. But there's another kind of noise that's even quieter. It's often much more powerful. Sometimes the loudest voices aren't the ones you hear today. They're the beliefs you have carried for years. Beliefs that became so familiar, you stopped questioning them. Maybe you grew up believing that everyone's happiness was your responsibility. Maybe you learned to avoid conflict because conflict didn't feel safe. Maybe along the way you began believing your needs mattered less than everyone else's. Or maybe one careless comment from a classmate, a parent, or an old relationship quietly became part of the way you see yourself. Many of us may not consciously remember these moments, but the belief stays. Without realizing it, we began looking at life through that belief. It's almost like putting on a pair of glasses, and after a while you forget you've even wearing them. You just simply assume this is reality. You know, one of the most meaningful parts of my work is helping women recognize the lens they're looking through. Because once you realize there's a lens, you can begin seeing things more clearly. So let me tell you why this matters. Hearing your own wisdom is like trying to hear that one quiet voice in the middle of a crowded room. People are talking, music is playing, everybody wants your attention. You see the voice you're trying to hear hasn't disappeared. It's simply harder to hear because everything else is louder. I think that's exactly what happens inside of us. Fear is loud, guilt is loud, old beliefs are loud. The pressure to make the perfect decision is loud. But your inner wisdom is usually very quiet. It doesn't argue, it doesn't shame you, it doesn't panic. It patiently waits until there's enough stillness for you to hear it. So how do you begin hearing yourself again? The answer isn't thinking harder. In fact, most women I work with have already spent months, sometimes years, just thinking. The answer is to become curious. So the next time a thought comes into your mind, don't immediately believe it. Don't fight with it either. Simply notice it. Watch it. Almost as if you're sitting beside a quiet stream watching leaves float by. Then gently ask yourself, is this thought bringing me closer to clarity or deeper into confusion? Then ask, where might this thought be coming from? Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it an old belief about who you have to be? Is it someone else's expectation? Or does it come from a quieter place? A place of peace, of self-respect, and truth. You don't have to know the answer right away. Just beginning to ask those questions changes everything. This is actually a form of meditation. Most of us think meditation is about stopping our thoughts. It isn't. The first step is simply becoming aware of them. When you can watch your thoughts instead of automatically believing every one of them, you begin creating a little space between you and the noise. And that's where clarity begins. So this week, I'd like you to spend just 5 quiet minutes with yourself a day. No podcasts, no books, no scrolling, no trying to solve your marriage. Just you. And ask yourself, what am I experiencing right now? What thoughts keep repeating themselves? Which thoughts leave me feeling peaceful and which ones leave me feeling smaller? You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to decide anything. You're simply creating enough quiet to hear yourself again. Here's one final thought. I don't believe clarity is something we create. I believe clarity is already there. It's simply been covered by fear, old beliefs, expectations, and years of noise. As those layers begin to fall away, your wisdom becomes easier to hear. And that's why the goal isn't making the right decision. The goal is becoming the kind of woman who can trust herself to make wise decisions, not just in her marriage, but in every aspect of her life. If you're feeling stuck between staying and leaving, I've created a free 20-minute masterclass called the Sacred Clarity Method. In it, I'll walk you through the same first steps I use with my private coaching clients to help them move from confusion to clarity to make a decision they can trust. And if you want to continue on this journey, I invite you to subscribe to my channel or drop me a comment about what the noise sounds like for you. Until next time, take care of yourself, okay?